Hey Distinction family, Luke Zeller here. I'm excited to be able to spend some time with you today, and in light of recent events, we've had a lot of people in the Distinction family ask us kind of what Distinction thinks about recent events as they've happened. Some of the things in college basketball and youth basketball have come to surface that are not exactly positive, and I think for us, be positively different is something that we really want to do. Don Clifton said it best. What will happen when we think about what is right with people rather than fixating on what is wrong with them? And I think rather than fixating on what is wrong with college basketball, youth basketball, and some of the things that have recently happened, Distinction would like to be the positively different light in the midst of that. And we don't want to avoid any of it. We'd like to be able to be right in the midst of it, competing with being able to move things forward with high ethics, high character, and doing things positively different. I mean, for me, as I was being recruited in different places across the country, and so are my brothers, one of the biggest reasons we started Distinction was that at that time, college coaches and other people were saying that what's lacking within college basketball at this time is character. And what they were saying is that there were guys with incredible talent, but they wanted to be able to put together a team and a culture that fit, that would be positively different and add to their locker room, add to their team, add to the culture and legacy of the university that they represented. And so for them, character was what was missing. And so for Distinction, we started an elite basketball and elite character organization. We joined in to the AAU scene last year after being around for about 8 years. And with 60 kids and 6 teams, went out and competed with this elite character and elite basketball, holding both at an elite standard and accountability. I think for us, where it really stands, and a story to kind of finish up, there's a story we tell at camp often, so for those of you who've been at camp, you've heard this. But there's a contractor at the end of his career that walks into his boss and says, "Boss, I'm ready to retire." His boss says, "Well, you've been such a faithful, loyal, dedicated, talented employee that I'd like you to take one last time, build a house. But for this house, I'm going to give you a bag of cash that you can decide however you want to build it. You've done so well, I know you do a quality job." So he gets the house, and he gets the money. He goes to be able to work on building the house. And as he's got the money, this contractor has decisions to make. He can make decisions on whether it's the virtuous decision of doing the right thing, or make a decision on the consequences. And he decides the consequences of this bag of cash and finding out whether this is going to be right or wrong is okay. So he decides he's going to put some of the cash away, cheapen some of the things inside the walls that nobody will see, some things that only he will know, and he decides to cheapen some of those and goes through the whole house and builds it. When he gets done, he's got some cash in his pocket, but it's a beautiful home. He's very good at his job. He builds outside very well, builds a fantastic house that's built well, and he goes back to his boss and he says, "Boss, thank you. I finished the last house." And his boss says, "You know what? As a retirement gift, I'd love to give you the keys to that house." You know, I think all of us, rather than be given bags of cash, are given time and decisions. And we can spend our time and we can invest our decisions in whatever we want. We too get to choose whether it's the virtuous option we want to choose in every single ethical character and decision that we get, or the consequences and where they're at. And as we at Distinction, we want to be positively different and do our very best to choose the virtuous decision in each thing that we decide with the values that we have. Our Champions acronym: character, honesty, attitude, motivation, perseverance, I am responsible, optimism, network of friends, and serve others. And for me, the Distinction staff, the Distinction board, and all at Distinction, we believe that those are founded in a place of our faith, they're found in a place of character, found in a place in ethics, and it's through those that we're able to be positively different. So the Distinction family, in light of these events, go out and be positively different, be the shining stars no matter how dark things get.